Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory, and it finished about 2 hours ago now. Or probably more than 2 hours, about two and a half hours ago. It finished at Anfield, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. Probably a fair result in the end. Mad game, absolutely mad game. It feels like a lot of the games involving Arsenal this season have been like this. There's two ways to look at this game, to be honest. Obviously, it's either 2 points dropped, or it's a good point at a hostile ground. We started off really well. Took the lead through Gabriel Martinelli from a great run on the right hand side from Saka. Brilliant. Then Martinelli, brilliant again on the left. Whipped in a ball, headed in by Gabriel Jesus, made it 2-0. And at that point, we were sitting pretty. It was something I did not expect. I did not expect us to go to Anfield and be the better team for 45 minutes, basically. But then around the 38th minute, something like that, Xhaka got into a heated discussion, let's say, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we as Gary Neville said, we woke up Anfield. The beast, the Kraken awoke, basically. And from that moment, it was kind of, not exactly the same, because I think what's different about this is that in previous seasons, we probably would have capitulated and lost this game 4-0 or like 5-2 or something like that, being that we'd scored 2 goals. But it felt like the old days of when, or it felt like last season when Arteta went at Klopp and Anfield, the Kraken woke up then, and that was it, basically. We were done at that point. So yeah, in general, it felt similar in that sense. But one thing I will say is that we defended very well, and the resilience was very good to get us over the line. I think we could have done a lot better, particularly for the first goal scored by Salah. I think we could have done a lot better there. Gabriel could have done a lot better. I think we just left Roberto Firmino for their equaliser too far on that far post. But having said that, I think Gabriel and Rob Holding, who stood in for Saliba today, did very well. Ramsdale was the man of the match, won the kind of award for the man of the match, and I think he was. He pulled off 3 brilliant saves to deny Liverpool taking all 3 points, particularly right at the death where Ibrahima Konate, they had a set piece and it came down to him, and he tried to chest it in because he was right at Ramsdale's near post, and somehow Ramsdale managed to get there in time. And this might be one of those fixtures where we look back and we say this could have been the difference. It could go either way. Like we could look back and say we didn't win at Anfield and we lost the league, or we could be saying we drew and we got that vital point at Anfield and we won the league. It's one of those things, and we won't know until we get closer and closer to the end of the season. I suppose the one big negative thing about this is that now it sort of puts the advantage back into Man City's hands. If we'd won today, we would have gone back to 8 points clear after they kind of demolished Southampton 4-1 yesterday. And it means now that it sort of will come down to that game at the Etihad at the end of April, which scares the shit out of me, because we've still got to go to the London Stadium next week, and that's going to be difficult. West Ham are fighting for their lives at this moment in time. I sound like at this moment in time. We've still got to go to Newcastle. We've got Chelsea to come to us. So yeah, it's still going to be very difficult. And this was why I wasn't confident, because as Jamie Carragher said on Sky Sports News, Anfield does something. There's some kind of magical aura around Anfield that just causes players to drop their shopping in some cases, and we're lucky to get out of there with a point. Gary Neville said it towards the end of the game. Arsenal need to get out of there with what they can, I think he compared it to when they won the treble and they were 2-1 down and Ince scored an equaliser to make it 2-2, and and then they just thought we need to get out of here as quickly as possible. And that's sort of what I feel like we did today. I don't think it's a totally negative result. I've already seen people on social media and on YouTube, other YouTubers saying, I'm not saying that I'm any sort of YouTuber, but anyway, saying that, you know, it's 2 points dropped, that's the end of the league, all this kind of stuff. I don't think it is. I think if we go to the London Stadium next week and drop points again, then I'd be worried. If we manage to beat West Ham at the London Stadium next Sunday, then it's game on, basically, depending on what City do. And I don't actually know who City's next game is. Knowing them, they probably got an easy run to the end of the season. So we're 6 points clear right now. They have Leicester at home. They have Leicester at the Etihad, who have just parted ways with Brendan Rodgers. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on there. There's talks that Jesse Marsch might be going in at Leicester. So we'll see what happens there. But I can't see City not winning that game. We just have to keep matching their result, essentially. We need to accumulate at least 23 points. I think it's 22 points now we need to accumulate between now and the end of the season. And it means we can afford to possibly lose one game. So I think people will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the case. So yeah, I've kind of got mixed feelings about it, because I felt like they were there for the taking. In the first half, Liverpool were poor. They were really, really bad. And the fact that we had a 2-0 lead, but I was still sat there thinking we need another goal. We need to make this 3-0 or 3-1, because we need to take this away from them. And lo and behold, you know, Bobby Firmino, as he likes to do, comes in and scores in his final game against Arsenal, because he's leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Scores to rescue a point for them. But the positive is that we didn't lose the game. And I said before this fixture, that if we get something out of this, there is a huge possibility that we can go on and actually win this title. I still think that somewhere we're going to drop points again, whether that be at the London Stadium, whether that be at St James's Park, but I have a feeling it's going to happen, and it will most likely, we probably will drop points at the Etihad. So one of those 3 games, or 2 of those 3 games, I think we're going to drop points at. There will be people out there, Arsenal fans and rival fans, that will say we've bottled it, you know, if we do end up losing it to City, you know, having an 8-point cushion and then losing it. But the same thing happened to Liverpool in, I think it was either 18-19 or 2021, I'm not sure. One of those 2 seasons, they had a good lead on them and, you know, lost it on the death, so it can happen. So yeah, we just got to go again. That's the most important thing. We got West Ham, as I said, London Stadium next Sunday. West Ham, go and get the 3 points there. Hope that Leicester City do us a favour on whenever it is, on the 15th. So that's what we got to do. Got to keep going until the end of the season. But the way that I'm looking at this season as a whole, it's been beyond my wildest dreams of where I expected Arsenal to be this season. I thought we'd be struggling to get into the top 4. We've got Champions League football with ease now. So I said that, and we'll probably lose the next 5. But yeah, like, it's all but certain that we're going to be in the Champions League next season. So we've achieved that goal. But if we can go one step further and win the league, fantastic. But we should still be proud of what the team did today, because there was a bit of resilience there and there was a bit of fight. And we did, you know, hold our nerve and get out of Anfield, which is one of the most hostile grounds in the Premier League, with a point. So we should take heed from that at least. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday, those of you that are celebrating Easter. But yeah, happy egg / Easter. I'm just being facetious. Yeah, happy Easter. I will be back again previewing West Ham in the week, probably on sending it out on Saturday. So until then, take care and stay safe.